Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up when Dorit Kemsley invited the ladies over for a 4th of July barbecue on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 14. Episode 12. Kyle Richards noticed that Dorit still had a shrine of photos with their estranged husband Paul P.K. Kemsley displayed on a table in front of her door. Kyle, who is also estranged from her husband, Mauricio Yancey, poked fun at Dorit for keeping the pictures out amid her separation, but the mom of two explained why she really hasn't taken them down during the RHOBH after show until Kyle mentioned it. It wasn't even a thought, Dorit said, while sitting next to castmate and bestie Bomas John. I live in the house with my children, and for my children, it's business as usual. As Dorit previously shared on the show, she and P chose not to tell their children Jagger and Phoenix Kemsley about their separation right away. She also admitted that she doesn't often see the photos themselves. I usually come in through the garage. I don't come into the front door, so I don't see it. What I mean, it's not in my face, she said. Though she acknowledged that there are other pictures in the home that are much more noticeable to her now. I do in my bedroom, where I'm laying in bed, have a big giant blown-up framed picture of PK. And from my bed, it's like I'm looking right at it. I'm looking right at it, and recently I was thinking, why the hell is that there? Did you take it down? Boss wondered. I haven't yet, she said, but I did think about it. Dorit feels more emotional when she sees the wedding photo in her bedroom than the table display of pictures from throughout their relationship. I've looked at it, and I felt really sad, Dorit said about the bedroom picture. Kyle, who pointed out the display in the first place, had an opinion about Dorit's photos. This was like when you go to a wedding, and all the photos are there. Kyle, who admittedly still has photo of Mauricio High in her home, said on the RHOBH after show, it looks like they had their wedding photo shoot, their engagement photo shoot. Where's the guest book? Do I sign? It was very interesting, considering how she just seems so done with PK. Kyle understands Dee's hesitation to take down the pictures. I still have family photos up, and photos of Mo and me together, she added. I just last week took the ones down next to my bed. I left the family ones up and put the ones of Mo and me in the drawer. It was time when you step into Dorit and PK Kemsley's sprawling Eno estate, you expect a certain level of glam. After all, this is Dorit Kemsley. We're talking about a woman who has turned head-to-toe designer dressing into a lifestyle, and whose home decor leans heavily into the glitz and glam side of Beverly Hills living. What you don't expect is to be greeted by what some visitors have referred to as a shrine, a collection of framed photos, custom portraits, and even a gilded sculpture, all dedicated to none other than Dorit and PK themselves. The so-called shrine, displayed prominently in their grand foyer and extending into their formal living room, became a hot topic among Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fans after a fleeting glimpse of it appeared in a season 13 episode. Social media lit up with viewers both stunned and amused by what they saw: a gallery wall that seemed to be less of a family photo collection and more of a self-love altar. But in an exclusive interview with us, Dorit Kemsley is pushing back shrine. She says, her perfectly arched brows lifting in disbelief. I really don't see it that way at all. Dorit's version of events paints a different picture. According to the fashion-forward reality star, the display is not a shrine, but rather a curated collection of moments that mean something to me and PK. There's a difference between self-worship and celebrating your life, Dorit explains, walking us through the much-discussed space during our visit. Every one of these photos tells a story: our wedding day in the south of France, the birth of our children, the first time PE took me to dinner at Cipriani. These are our memories. This is our love story. That love story, of course, has weathered its fair share of public scrutiny, from P's financial issues to the persistent whispers about trouble in paradise. Critics might see the wall as overcompensation, but Dorit insists it's just the opposite. When you go through things, hard times, challenges, it makes You appreciate the happy moments even more. She says that's all this is, a celebration of everything we've built. Together, what raised the most eyebrows, however, wasn't the framed photos, it was the gleaming gold bust that sits on a marble pedestal in the corner depicting Dorit and PK in a rather regal pose. We had it commissioned after our 10th anniversary. Dor reveals with a laugh it was actually P's idea. He wanted something timeless, something that felt like art. Timeless is one word, over the top is another. When ASA she understands why people might find it a bit much. Dorit doesn't flinch. Look, we're not exactly a subcouple, she says with a wink. We've never been afraid to lean into the fabulousness of it all. Why should our home be any different? Behind the scenes, the shrine has become something of a running joke among Dorit's RHOBH castmates. Sutton in particular couldn't resist poking fun. I love Dorit, but honey, that's not a gallery wall. That's the loo for PK and Dorit. Sutton cupped at a recent girls' dinner. RHOBH took a gentler approach, calling it very Doris. She's got a sense of humor about it. Jill told us, I mean, who else would commission a gold statue of themselves and call it art? It's just Dorit being Dorit. But it's Kyle Richards' reaction that had everyone talking. During a visit to Dee's house captured on camera, but never aired, Kyle reportedly paused at the shrine and said it's giving Madden to swords, but for influences. Dor, however, insists she wasn't offended. Kyle's like, my sister, we tease each other all the time. If you can't laugh at yourself, what's the point? PK himself is surprisingly proud of the display. In fact, according to Doris, it was PK who pushed to expand the Love Wall to include not just photos, but memorabilia, framed menus from their favorite restaurants, ticket stubs from concerts, even a framed receipt from the first channel by PK ever bought. Dorit PKs are romantic. Dorit says people don't see that sign of him because he's always joking around, but he's got this incredibly sentimental heart he loves. Looking back at where we started and where we are now, PK even weighed in, directly sending a voice note during our interview. Listen, if you can't celebrate your unloved story, what's the point of all this? People spend more time worshipping celebrities they've never met than they do honoring their own partners. I'm proud to love my wife, and I'm proud to show it off. That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? In a town like Beverly Hills, where self-promotion is practically currency, where's the line between confidence and narcissism? Dorit has her answer ready. I think the word narcissist gets thrown around way too casually these days. She says just because someone loves themselves or their marriage doesn't mean they're narcissistic. PK and I love our life, our family, our journey. We're not afraid to show that if people want to call it a shrine, fine, but for us, it's just home. The fan reaction has been predictably split. Some find the whole thing cringeworthy, with one Twitter user joking Dorit and PK built a museum for themselves and forgot to charge admission. Others see it as aspirational, an example of celebrating your relationship instead of hiding it. I kind of love it, wrote one fan on Instagram. Everyone's so quick to tear down marriages these days. If they want to worship each other a little, who cares? At least they're still in love. Another fan was less impressed. That's not romance. That's branding. Dorit and PK are their own product for now. Dorit says the shrine is here to stay, though she hints that they might add a few updates soon. Maybe a section for my bridal collection she uses, or some shots from our renewal if we decide to do one, and ask for the critics. Dorit has one final word. People can say whatever they want at the end of the day. PK and I love each other. We love our life and we love our home. It's celebrating that makes people uncomfortable. Well, that's their problem, not mine.